Welcome back to another episode of Toxic Truth Podcast with your host, Brian Lugo, your boy. I want to start off with a disclaimer. This show is not intended to offend anybody or hurt your feelings. If you're a highly sensitive person or one of these astrology signs, you've been warned and you might not like this. With that being said, I just want to jump into this topic that I found on Twitter. Personal hygiene does not mean you're gay. So I found this tweet on Twitter. If you're a guy and you get manicures, pedicures, face masks, if you use moisturizers, body scrubs, get your hair done, color your hair, you're not gay, you are clean. It's crazy that she had to say that because it just sounds obvious, but there's a lot of people confused and just overly homophobic, I would say toxic masculinity at an all-time high, who link being clean and having good hygiene to being gay. Those two things do not merge. That doesn't make sense. Stop being stinky, nasty, dirty men because of your fragile masculinity. We gotta give her a round of applause for that. And for everybody who liked that post and reshared it and retweeted it. That's a fact. And this is why I'm here. This is why all these things I'm going to jump in and explain in just a second. So these products that you see in front of me are some things that I use on a regular basis to help me improve my skin, clean bacteria, and a lot of other health benefits. We just go right into it. We got almost like a hot heat helmet thing cap.
What did he say?
Since I've been growing out my hair, this helps with detangling your hair. It also helps with putting with moisturizing your hair as well. A lot of dudes out here just growing their hair, not getting it clipped regularly or trimmed. And then they're not doing the deep condition, which this is why your hair is dry, brittle, and breaking off every day. It's because you're not doing deep conditioning. So this right here, I think I got it on Amazon or somewhere, but at most you probably drop in $25, maybe $30, but it's gonna be way below that too. So that's the one thing I use. Right next to it is face steamer. Yo, the minute you walk outside your crib, you're exposed to germs, bacteria, dust, sweat, molecules, whatever, the second you walk outside your door. So this is why it's good to put this in your routine. Definitely cop something like this. It doesn't have to be this brand. And I'm not paid by any of these brands to say these things. It's just things that I really just use. It makes you feel great. You could even put like an essential oil in there as well with a different flavor a different scent to give you a different feeling, like mint, lemon to wake you up, lavender to cool you even more, calm you down even further. And yeah, it's good to really open up those pores, clean out that bacteria, that dirt that's trapped underneath your skin. And this is how you get that good glowing skin. Let me tell you straight up and be full transparent with you. I used to have really bad acne. If I could find a picture, I don't know in that picture if you could see it, if I have it, but it used to be really bad. It's probably like in high school, and obviously, there's not growth spurts, but there's also what's the word? Puberty. Let's go. I don't know how that just didn't connect, but it's late. I'm already in my Zen mode, I'm recording this at nighttime. So forgive me for forgetting that easy word. However, used to have really bad acne. Puberty obviously was probably part of it as well. Diet was probably another thing. But also, I think I never really started doing this until mid college and more after college, where I started taking these things serious and implementing it in my everyday lifestyle. So that's that. Next, this is why it's really good to invest in products and teaching yourself and information about hygiene, because as men as well, we go through shit like receding hairlines. This right here is gonna not solve your problem, but it's definitely gonna help. I had some thinning parts on my line that obviously I didn't like, and with this, some oils, Jamaican castor oil, mix of other things, it definitely helped. A lot of my hair is darker, even on the hair. If you realize it, I never really had a beard, and I'm starting to grow it in. So some people start calling me Drizzy. These are called fuck are they called? Derma rollers. My brother put me on, so shout out to him. And these really help with puncturing. You gotta be careful with it as well. And I got two types: puncturing the skin very softly, where it's again open up those pores, spreading blood flow and circulation, helping it go to the places where it needs to go. And there's ones for your hair that are a little thicker. The needle's a little thicker. I think it's at 1.5 millimeters, if that's right. And then there's others for your skin that's a little smaller, obviously, because you don't want to be puncturing your skin, your face, like crazy. And it just helps with, again, distributing those lotions that you put on your face, etc., etc. Face mask. This is one that I still have. You can see it's almost running out. It's called Honest Beauty, and it's I think it's 3 in 1. And that's why I like it. It's good for skin moisture, promotes soothe skin properties, so your face is gonna be feeling nice and smooth. For the fellas, females are gonna be like, they're not gonna have, it's gonna be hard for them to resist to just caress your cheek and just fill you up, and that's what you want at the end of the day. Ultrasonic exfoliating skin spatula. They call it spatula because when you open it up, it actually looks like a spatula. Like you could be on your SpongeBob shit.
You're gonna love this.
But instead of patties, you're flipping blackheads and pimples and bacteria and dirt that's trapped on your skin. You're just flipping it out of this thing was a little more on the pricey side, but when you're investing in yourself, that's one of the best investments that you can do. Another thing on this table, a nail brush that's kind of messed up, so I'm not gonna really show you that. But got a nail brush to get underneath the nail, because you outside, you touching things, you could be going to the gym and you working on weights that you don't even know how many people touch those weights. And public spaces, there's no way you're not gonna get dirt on your hands. So just want to make sure you have the tools to stay clean. No girl I've ever met or been with has ever complained with somebody being too clean. This one is kind of new. It doesn't really have anything to do with like hygiene, but it does help with relieving stress and cramps in your hands. It's a hand massager. So I got it from Alibaba. If you really want me to send you the link, DM me and I'll do that. I had friends who would come to school with their hands looking like they were mechanics or construction workers, and we were just in high school, so it wasn't really adding up. It wasn't making sense. But I did know for sure that it wasn't looking nice. Like when your hands looking chalky and your skin's peeling and stuff like that, I can't even imagine. I can't think of who would want that. You want your hands to be smooth, because if you're a smooth guy, everything about you got to be smooth. The way you talk, the way you dress, and the way you look. It can't be one thing missing and the other two. It has to be a complete package. The next two, and these are more important than the rest in my opinion, is a flosser. I got a water flosser because the stringy things or the plastic ones that you go in and out, that takes way too long. And number two, I don't know if it really does anything. I don't care if you're the best brusher in the world. There's going to be food particles trapped in your gums, in the crevices of your teeth. And you're not going to get it out all the time with just brushing and doing mouthwash or whatever. So the flosser, fill it up. It has a water container in the back. Charge it up. And it got two settings. You literally just throw that shit on. And moving on. A tongue scraper. I know some of you fellas from the Bronx and New York are gonna be like, hey, yo. See, this is the problem. It's you guys that's usually the dirty ones. And man, mature, like, can we grow up? Tongue scraper. Yeah, you gotta have your tongue out when you're doing this, but it saves lives out here. Like, let's just call it out. Let's say what it is. Let's just be real. A lot of you girls be having bad breath. And some of us fellas just, we're not going to do that because we don't want to make you feel bad. And a lot of times, I feel like it's not our place to say that. But, especially if we just talking. But there be some of you that you might need to add this to your Christmas list this year. Those are the products that I use on a regular basis to keep up with my hygiene, stay fresh, stay clean. Obviously, you want to incorporate colognes and sprays like that. And there's a video I did with that about, my top scents that you could check. And that's it. I mean, I really think this post needed to be put out, and I think it just comes from, like, when I think, who should we point the finger towards? Like, who's the problem? I don't know, because I think there's a percentage of women who hold the blame about, there's women who say those things. Like, I don't want a man who takes longer to get ready than me, or I don't want a guy who's too clean or too much of a pretty boy because, like, I'm not dating another girl. It's like, you're not helping, sweetie. Like, you're just making the narrative worse. You're not helping with the narrative by saying that. So I don't know. Do we point the finger towards some of these girls? Like, do they need to also praise, good hygiene? Can the girls who want those things, can they speak up, stand up? Because I be hearing girls that be saying that nonsense too. And then the other side is, I know for a fact there's dudes who grow up with this toxic masculinity mindset, either if that's coming from an older generation, or whatever the case may be. But there's guys that be doing that too, where you might be the person who, you stay on top of your stuff like this, and then there's the jokes, or there's the questions like, yo, you come out the closet, and it's like, I feel sad for these people because they don't know what they're missing out of. Just the pleasure you feel when you feel clean, or when you go to a spa. That's another thing. I think a lot of times, guys who have this mindset, you're missing out of a lot of good pleasures. Like, going to the spa with your bros is an amazing thing. You guys get to chill. Now I see why girls go there a lot, because you actually enjoy and you have a great time. You come out feeling like 100%. But yeah, it's crazy to think that there's still men on this planet that think that going to a spa is super feminine, is gay, and they've never been to one. So that's crazy. I've been to many spas. I try to go to different ones as much as I can. Been to spas in Jersey, spas in upstate New York. I went to a spa in Toronto. Like, it makes you feel great. Another last thing, another product that I have, you can't see it right. Actually, you could see it. I'm gonna put a camera right now, a foot camera. But a foot spa. Not every day. Yo, going to spas is expensive sometimes. Depending which one you go to, but even the private services, they can start to add up. So I bought myself a little, mini foot spa that you could keep in your house, fill up with water. Again, this one's portable too. And you don't want your feet looking crazy. Like, make sure your nails are trimmed. Make sure the cheese that's stuck underneath your nails, you take that out. That was the point of my whole. This was the message I was trying to bring to you guys, to my fellas out there. If you have any more tips or just questions on any of these products or anything I use to stay clean, as I do not be afraid to reach out. You could DM me, you could send me a question, or you could just comment below. And I'm gonna respond. I'm a real dude. I'm gonna get to you. With that being said, this was another episode of Toxic Truths. I'm your boy Brian. I hope to see you in the next episode, and stay clean, stay fresh, stay looking your best. You have a good day, have a good night, or if you're just waking up, have a good morning.